Hey guys, Aaron and I are here today. We're meeting up with Geoff from House Electric in Athens. He's our lighting designer and he is helping us pick out some beautiful lights to put in this space. It's gonna be so cool. As you guys can tell, there's a lot going on right now. So after we meet with Geoff, stick around, we got some brewery updates for you. Speak of the devil.
Hey Joe, how you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you,
Aaron, good to see you again.
Yeah.
So the space is coming together.
Man, we're getting
Looks
there
great.
with it. Yes,
Looks
absolutely.
Great. Ready to get into figuring out where we're going to put where?
That's right, and it's happening fast, so this is wild.
I can see.
Yeah.
Big change since the last time we were here.
That's right. I'm excited to see what you got. Let's check this thing out.
All right, where do you want to start at?
Let's go right in here.
Very
Perfect.
good. Let's do it.
This is kind of what the they want.
So
that
we're going
series
back to
like.
original. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got a company that kind of does
Like a historic.
well older stuff that's just kind of hardcore designs
Yep,
that don't go away.
Okay.
You know, we can do some polyballs out there.
Exactly.
Don't have to worry about broken glass as much.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah, we can talk chat about that too later.
So when I'm walking down the street,
You see it.
that's what says
Yes.
I want to go sit in there
Yes.
and
That's
drink
right.
that
Exactly.
beer
That's right.
and eat those
Yeah,
snacks.
you see like the shiny tanks in the cool
Yep.
seating area.
As far as like the string lights I'm talking about is like more of those globe ball style, you know, and this is all kind of, you know, this is all exploratory
Out
at this
here.
point. Out here.
Yeah.
You know, kind of going in, because they're going to put some trees and planters out here.
Well, because
have some greenery.
downtown has the trees all the way down the street, and so I think they kind of want to continue that
Yeah.
feeling.
Oh,
yeah.
Out here is going to be the roadmap of your brewing equipment with the little light up LEDs that show the path of the beer process.
Yes.
Is that?
Oh my
Am I
God, I
hitting
love
that?
it. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, so I'm kind of following this wall here. I mean, that's where just about where that orange kickout is, that chimney. This is essentially the production floor area. So it's a huge space.
The advantage is your open ceilings.
Yeah.
Your equipment that's not boxed in by walls and barriers and that kind of thing. So when it comes to whatever you decide to do on the wall, that lighting we can decide on once you decide where the mural's going.
Perfect.
Because we may well end up with some sort of an up down flood situation where we're shooting lights this way and that way and that way and this way. And you might decide, no, we're going to black out the top and just do color down below, in which case it's a different thing. But all that is so easy to add after the fact that let's not bog down in what we're going to do there yet. Let's we can add that in.
Perfect.
Okay, we'll step over here.
Yeah.
All right, so chandelier, which I've got drawn in.
Sconces.
Sconces here and here, and honestly, are you doing the same thing over here as we do here? Two top kind of a idea?
Like, yeah, we definitely struggled with what it's going to actually be, but that's kind of the idea. It's like little intimate spots. Four
I
top.
think maybe these four I think these rooms mimic each other, but I do think just because this is in the center of the space, I think sconces
So it's on
in
either
here.
side. Okay.
And then if you've got some really really cool floor lamps anywhere from here to the corner is good.
And that's kind of what we're...
Over here, you've got a doorway, so we're not so much worried, but a floor lamp over here is awfully nice and balances out with the sconce there. These two chandeliers are going to match.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
This room is a feature space.
Yep.
And it's got a parlor feel because of the way we've built in the walls and windows.
Yeah.
So the lighting needs to complement that, not overlight it. It's not an operating room.
Yeah.
It's not an emergency room. Sconces on the two columns.
Okay. Yeah.
They'll be supplemented by portables, table lamps, floor lamps, however that works.
Okay.
In the corners, it just doesn't beg for a lot more.
Okay. You don't understand. We were like lost children going into this thing. I was.
We were getting close to the floor.
Yeah.
No, I
No work
appreciate the
divorces
opportunity.
here.
Every project's different.
Oh my God.
Some are easy. I'll send you stuff, and I'll try to be a little bit more It might just be like a little bit more shotgun approach.
Sure.
And I'll send you some things, and if something just clicks, say, yeah, I love it. If not, just be like, keep going.
Okay,
Because there's a lot of different ways we can go here, but I think there's something that's going to jump out, and we're going to say, yeah, that's what we were looking for.
Man, there's a lot of stuff going on. Holy cow, did you see?
It's so crazy. I'm so excited. Like,
Those look awesome.
I can see the clouds.
You can literally see the clouds. Skylights are in. I didn't honestly expect them to be able to get these up for like at least another month or something.
Yeah.
I mean, this is happening.
I was definitely shocked.
Shocked, right? And it really it's a very warm light, and it totally changes the mood of this entire area.
The energy is just different. Different times of day, it's going to be totally different.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Let's go check out some of this framing. This is wild what's happening over here. So they've got all the bathrooms framed up, offices. This is our storage over here, and this is the event space. I think it looks great. I mean, with the skylights in, like there's so much like more ambient light in here. Yeah. What do you think?
Hey, look at this.
I mean,
so much room for art.
Dude.
Well, then if you come over here, you can actually see the water tower through our skylight.
Oh, wow, you're right, yeah. Check that out. Literally the Monroe Water Tower, that's awesome. So we're talking about doing some barn doors here, right? Yeah. And what do you think about that? Yeah, do you want like, I mean, because we talked about—
I like 2 barn doors, because then, we could keep one half shut, half open, like during a show.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like 2 barn doors, and then the one for our storage area.
And you had like a really cool vision for lighting in this space, right?
So the idea is like lots of bulbs and orbs and kind of a sea of lights, like very undulating, very dynamic.
A lot of texture, like—
Yeah, at night, it's gonna be dark, right?
Yeah.
So you're just gonna see this kind of like sea of lights above us, which I think will be really cool.
I think that'll be really cool. I think especially seeing music here and then having that really low lit texture in the ceiling is just gonna have a cool vibe. Yeah. A really cool vibe.
From the front door, walking in, and there's the stage right there. It'll be super cool.
Pretty awesome. This is happening really quick. Yeah. Really quick.
It's very exciting.
I mean, we've been working on this for 1.5 years with nothing. Like, it's just been
I'm not
concrete.
sure this is real.
It doesn't feel real.
It might not be real.
Right?
I might wake up.
So this is all really exciting, but I need to go home and pack so we can go pick up this brewing equipment up in Wilmington.
So exciting.
So exciting, I know.
But before we do that, we got to transfer our Pilsner over.
That's right.
So
we should do that tonight.
First things first.
All right.
Let's go to the house and check it out.
Let's do it.
And then if you let that sit, and then you can top it up, and then we'll have really nice foam.
Juan, who likes beer? I do.
Transfer day.
Transfer day.
It's exciting.
Let's talk about it.
So, 3-4 weeks ago, we brewed this beer on maybe the hottest day of the summer.
It was like 110.
It was really hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a traditional German Pilsner. We're looking with, we had middle frost and saws, pretty straightforward. Yeah. Single infusion. But since it's transfer day today, the most important thing is before we do all that work to transfer it, is we got to make sure it tastes good.
Because if it's not good, what are you doing with it?
Well, one of my favorite phrases is, great brewers dump bad beer.
That's a really good point. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, stuff happens. Yeah. That's why you got to taste it. Make sure it tastes good.
All right. I'm ready. I've been dying. I'm like really ready. I'm salivating.
First thing we're going to do is look at it when you're evaluating beer. One of the first things is you're tasting with your eyes, right?
That's right.
So it had really nice head retention, some nice meringue there. It's a little hazy, but it is unfiltered and a little young. So deduct points there, but I'm not mad about it. Yeah. Some nice carbs still coming up.
We haven't force carb this beer, so the carb level might be a little bit.
Exactly. This is all spunded. Pretty traditional, but then take a little sip. A little aroma. What do you think?
I love the bitterness. I feel like it's right on point. Those Saz hops like really shine through in this style.
Yeah, but you get that nice traditional German hop quality, but not too strong. Yeah. Just enough to make you want to keep drinking.
Yeah, it's just enough to keep you want to have another sip, right? I
get definitely some really light bready notes, kind of a bread dough quality. That's going to be coming from our 3470 yeast. And we used all Wireman Pilsner, so again, kind of a traditional German profile. Yeah, it definitely has there's a little bit of a hint of yeast character, but that's I think just from it being so young. You can see a little bit of the haze left in this beer. But a fully spunded Pilsner, God, the mouthfeel is so good. So good.
So good, right? I mean, like, so smooth. It doesn't have that weird like acidic CO2 bite that you get in a lot of those like commercial beers.
When you do fourth carb though,
Yeah.
you are getting carbonic acid.
Carbonic
which
acid, right?
can definitely play in your favor. You can use it as a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice head retention. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're really close with this recipe. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think this one, we pretty much nailed what we are going for. And so the next step will be tweaking on the big system.
That's right. Yeah.
So.
Do you want to talk about how we formulated this recipe and why we decided to make this beer kind of hitting the numbers that we were thinking of?
Yeah. I mean, so this was our very first use of our pilot system. It was very exciting.
Brew number 1.
Yeah, brew number 1 on this pilot. And I wanted to do a Pilsner for 2 reasons. One, I think a Pilsner is a really good test of your system. You can't hide anything in a Pilsner. If something goes wrong, you're gonna know. And secondly, like it's not using as expensive hops as a big IPA, which is the next. It's gonna be a big hazy for Joe.
I've been waiting.
And it's like, you know, our first use of the system, you know, you never know, something might go wrong and we don't want to like have to dump that. Like I said, good brewers dump bad beer.
That's right.
And so if we had some issue with our new system,
Yeah.
I don't want to dump a bunch of nice hops.
I think that's great. You know, like, yeah, we were worried about that. And, you know, when you're doing these big hoppy beers, there's a lot of strain on your system in different areas, from your heat exchanger to kettle, especially on a pilot system because it has smaller hoses. So we were like, yeah, let's start with something that's clean. Let's check and see if we obviously have any noticeable off flavors. And Aaron, this beer is super clean. Yeah. Like it really is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was, like I said, a pretty traditional lagering schedule. Definitely more of a warm schedule, but then slow step down to crashed and spunded.
Yeah.
And yeah, the main thing I want to work on for next time is clarity. I like a nice, brilliant one. But
well, when this beer gets, you know, a little time, it gets a transfer.
Yeah,
and
it is still a little young, and we're coming off of a uni tank, which was a little challenging. But flavor wise, I think we nailed it.
I think it's delicious. Yeah. It's not overly bitter. In my profile, at least, you know, and correct me if I'm wrong, you know, but where this kind of sits, this is to me like an easy drinking summer beer that has a perfect level of bitterness that is keeping you kind of like ready to take your next sip, but it's not so bitter as some Pilsners can be, you know, on the bitter side, but it's obviously definitely not sweet either. It has a dry, clean finish with just a hair of lingering bitterness. And those noble hops just shine through. I think it's like, I mean, it's really checking all the boxes for me. I think you did a great job.
Thanks. You too.
I think this is a lot closer to being ready than what I expected it to be.
Yeah, no, I think we're good to go to put them in the keg.
All right, so question for you. So this weekend coming up is Sarah's birthday, right? It's kind of a big one.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, I know, it's very exciting. Do you think that we could just keg this beer and bring it out for her birthday party?
I think that's a great idea.
I think it's awesome. The whole family's gonna be there. They'd love to try it, so yeah.
Yeah, that's what they haven't had my beer yet.
I know.
So I gotta prove myself, so hopefully they like it.
I don't know if they're gonna like it. And I also don't know if there's gonna be left by the time it gets out there.
So instead of getting another, which is kind of what I want to do right now, we're trying to bring this beer out for Sarah's birthday.
Yeah.
We better get it into a keg.
All right.
So let's go.
Okay. What are we doing?
We are kegging up our first round of lager for Grizzle Beer.
Cool.
German Pilsner. So right now, one of the most dangerous things to your beer, once it's beer, is oxygen. So I need to remove all the oxygen from the system before we put beer into it, so it stays nice and crisp and tasty.
Kind of a big deal. Oxygen destroys beer. It absolutely kills it. We're making sure this keg is gonna be crisp and clean and ready for Sarah's birthday, right?
Woo! We love Sarah!
It's gonna be a great time.
The loudest I'm ever gonna get is talking about Sarah, because she's the best.
Oh.
Birthday, Sarah.
Going through some formalities here. Sanitation, pressurization, and yeah, the moments we've all been waiting for.
There you go.
Okay, is that too fast? It should.
It'll build pressure too.
Yeah. Nice clear beer.
It's moving.
It's coming up.
No, I can feel it get cold too. That's the other thing. You can hold the keg and feel it.
I think we just,
crack.
I'm gonna
Just need to set it at like.
kind of want it to to be like hit stasis and then
Well, then like.
get a little pressure there.
We'll have to add because it's gonna keep dropping.
Yeah. God, it's a balancing act. Okay. Just about right. 12 pounds. This is sitting, so I'm gonna open this up a little bit. All right, LP.
Classic. Start working, and then Joe has to take a break. So, beer is coming out of here, going this line in here, and then this is holding back pressure, so you don't lose too much pressure in this, because if you lose too much pressure, it will foam a lot, and we'll lose our carbonation, so we don't want that. And then this is a CO2 tank that's feeding into this tank to keep that pressure down, to push the beer against that back pressure of this tank. And just slow and gentle.
All right, guys, so we got this kegged. We're all good. It seems like we got a really good fill on it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Got nice back pressure on it.
Yeah.
It's going to taste great.
Sarah's going to be so surprised. It's going to be great. All right, so we just finished off kegging our second keg here. It's time for us to go get this equipment.
Right.
So if you'll like and subscribe, and be sure to check out this next video. It's going to be wild seeing us pick this stuff up.
Driving up to North Carolina, it's going to be a great time.
Are you ready?
Dude, I'm packed and ready.
Yeah. Let's do this thing. We will see you there.